HD SLR shooter, sponsored by Black Magic Design, Carl Zeiss, and Atomos.
Hi, it's Clint with HDSLR Shooter. I'm here with Richard of Akitio, and Akitio manufactures storage, which everybody's going to be needing as soon as that 4K revolution comes to a conclusion. Talk a little bit about what you guys do here.
We do external storage solutions. We try to sell it bundled with drives, mostly SSDs. We're focusing on that because if you're using Thunderbolt, you pretty much have to use SSDs to get the full benefit of the speeds of Thunderbolt. If you're using a hard drive, you're limited by the speed of the hard drive. So we're selling most of our products like the one bays that come bundled with the SSD already inside. It's the only way we sell them. And we're the fastest transfer speeds of any Thunderbolt product on the market. We're getting 770 megabytes per second on our 2-bay units. We also have the highest capacity bus-powered Thunderbolt solutions. Most companies, all companies, the highest they go is 256 on a fully bus-powered Thunderbolt device. But we have a 512 that was recently certified by Apple and Intel. So we're trying to get the highest capacity and the highest speeds and put those two together.
Now, Thunderbolt was just an Apple thing, but HP has Thunderbolt now.
Right. Well, Intel and Apple, I think they kind of jointly developed it. And Apple, of course, started out with all of their computers having Thunderbolt. And now Intel is trying to push other developers like HP, who has theirs now, Asus, Acer. They're all going to be coming out with their own PCs with Thunderbolt because it's just so much faster and has so many more benefits to it than USB or FireWire or any of those.
Now, after, I guess, December is when the new Mac Pro comes out, right? And it has something like, how many of the Thunderbolt ports does it have?
It has 8. 8 Thunderbolt ports and 6 USB 3 ports, I believe.
And I don't think you can't add hard drives into the thing anymore.
No.
So this is the only deal in town, essentially, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone who buys one of those, they're going to have to get external storage. They're going to have to get an external PCI expansion box if they're using a lot of the PCI expansion cards. The old Mac Pro towers, you could just put the PCI slots in there. There's no slots in these new guys. They're so small, and so where it used to be one big tower that looked fairly neat, now it's going to be a little tower with a bunch of wires connected to a bunch of accessories.
So in regards to that, do these devices, do they require external power, or will the Thunderbolt take it?
Well, there's different options. As you know, Intel and Apple both have to certify all Thunderbolt products. But if you're doing a bus-powered Thunderbolt product, you have to submit it to them with the actual drive you're going to be selling. You can't submit it with one drive and then change to another drive. You would have to go and recertify the new drive. So there's a lot of limitations on the bus power, the wattage, the power consumption of the drives inside, and that's why most people only have a 256 gigabyte bus-powered Thunderbolt product. We currently have the first 512 gigabyte certified Thunderbolt product, 1-bay bus-powered product.
So do those require an external power device then?
No, the bus-powered ones don't. The bus-powered ones just have a Thunderbolt port on the back. The non-bus-powered ones, obviously, they have a power.
What puts you guys above, like a Western Digital or something like that?
Well, we've had 20 years of experience doing OEM work. We work very closely with Intel and Apple, so we know a lot about what is coming up and how to use the current technology that they have. We also know a lot of what's coming up, and they're giving us some information on new products and new chipsets and things like that. So I think that's why we were able to come to the market with the 512 before anyone else, because our engineers had that close relationship with Intel and Apple. Yeah, I think we're the only company that sells only the enclosure without the drives in it. We have 2 products. One is our Thunder Duo, and the other is our Thunder D3. And so that means you can buy it empty and put whatever drives, whatever SSDs, whatever hard drives you want into it. So a lot of people are picky about what drives they want to use, so this lets them use anything they want. We also sell them with drives, but some people may not like the drives we use or may prefer a different drive, so that gives them the freedom to do whatever they want with it.
So this would take like the solid state drives as well as the spinning drives?
Correct.
And so how much is something like this?
The MSRP on the Duo, which has 2 Thunderbolt ports, is $299, and the MSRP on the D3 that has 1 Thunderbolt port and 1 USB 3 port is $279.
And they each take 1 disc per?
They each take 2 discs. And they both have software RAID, so if you're using a Mac, you can set it up in RAID 0 or RAID 1.
Now, will it be true Thunderbolt speed, or is it like SATA speed, I guess?
Well, if you're using SATA drives, spinning drives, you're going to be limited by the speed of the drives. But if you're using SSDs, we have the fastest 2-bay products on the market. We're getting speeds of 770 on read and 596 write.
So a lot of folks, they have all this gear and their FireWire or their USB or what have you. You guys have a hub here that will allow people to continue to use those.
Right. We started out calling it our Thunder Hub. Intel told us it's not a hub, it's a dock. Thunderbolt doesn't have a hub, so we were happy to change the name to our Thunder Dock. It has Thunderbolt in and out, so you can plug it into your computer that only has Thunderbolt through the Thunderbolt port, but it also allows you to attach your old legacy FireWire 800, FireWire 400, or eSATA devices through here. So, as you know, if you've got a MacBook Pro or a Mac Pro and it's only got Thunderbolt or USB 3, and you have all these old enclosures and peripherals that are FireWire or eSATA, there's no way to connect them. So this was actually something that was suggested to us by Intel and Apple because they knew that people were going to need something to connect their old legacy devices. But it has 2 Thunderbolt ports, so you wouldn't be wasting one of the Thunderbolt ports on your computer. You could actually come out of here and connect it to another Thunderbolt product.
So it's important for people to note, though, that the speed of this device is going to be dictated by whatever the peripheral is.
Exactly. So if you've connected a FireWire 800 storage device, it's connected to your computer by Thunderbolt, but it's only going to go at the original FireWire 800 speed.
But you won't
USB, sorry.
But you won't be seeing any drag on it.
No, correct.
Yeah, the Thunderbolt's going to give it exactly what the fastest it could possibly do and max it out.
Exactly. We've also incorporated the newest USB 3 technology, which is called UASP, into our device here. So we're getting transfer rates. If you have an external device that has UASP in it, external storage, you're getting transfer speeds of around 500, which is already almost the same as Thunderbolt.
What if you have the old USB ones? Will they work with this device?
Absolutely, but you'll be getting speeds of about 170, which is still very good compared to USB 2, but obviously 170 compared to 500. If speed's important, then UASP is the way to go.
And you can continue to use the drive that's still functioning.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's the MSRP on this one?
The MSRP on this one is $289.
This is called what now?
The Thunder Dock.
The Thunder Dock. And they want to find out more, they go to your website, and what is that?
That's www.akitio.com.
HD SLR Shooter, sponsored by Black Magic Design, Carl Zeiss, and Adamo.